Hi there, and this video is going to show you how to use the Google Drive application that we are installing on laptops here at Sparta Area School District. And I am using screencast-o-matic.com to record my screencast, which remember, it's free, under 15 minutes, and it uploads right to YouTube. So great resource. Anyway, let's get started. So the first thing that I want to do, if you've just gotten your new laptop, you might have read the email that I sent out that says that we're going to decouple the My Documents folder from your iDrive. So let's take a look at what that looks like. If I open up my computer here, you'll see that under My Documents it's going to be completely empty. Whereas if I go on the left, since I'm inside the school district right now, under the iDrive I've got all these files and folders. So how do we get those into Google Drive? Well, let me show you. If you click on the Start menu, and I'm just going to type in Google Drive, it's installed right there. You could also get to that if you just go to All Programs and you find Google Drive. You can launch it that way. So basically all you have to do is sign into Google Drive one time. After that it'll always know who you are. And it's going to create a local folder that it synchronizes all your files up to your Google Drive, and it'll actually pull down all of the stuff that you've already had stored on it. So I'm going to log in under my test account here, and basically I'm just going to hit next until this is done. And after it refreshes, it will actually go ahead and open the Google Drive folder for me. And you notice that it put this shortcut here on my desktop as well. So this is the Google Drive folder that will always synchronize your files. If you notice here, it's got this little check mark. That means that this file has been synchronized with Google Drive out in the cloud. It's pulled that file down to my PC, or at least the shortcut for it in the case of a Google Doc, and I can launch it right from there. But I'm going to leave this window open, and then I'm going to go back here to my Start menu and click on Computer and go to my iDrive and get that open in a new window. And basically I want to be able to move pretty much everything from here over to here. Now I might want to be a little bit selective. I might not need to take my Downloads folder, and I don't think you can move your Favorites folder, but pictures, videos, all that stuff, it can all go over to Google Drive, no problem. It doesn't care what format the file's in. You can have smartboard files and that kind of a thing. That's not a problem either. So I'm going to, there's a couple different ways I can go about this. You can sort of use your left mouse click. You can drag a box around the things that you want, and you see that it highlights all those folders. I can also click on one item and then hold down the Shift button and then left click to sort of multi-select, or I can use the Control button to cherry pick single items like that. Once I have those highlighted, here's the trick. If I just drag these over here, you'll notice that it wants to copy those files into the Google Drive. Copy is okay if you want to leave a copy on your iDrive, but if it's a file that you use often, you probably want to move it so that you don't end up with data duplication. You have things in two different places. So what you're going to do is hold down your right mouse button. Once you have those items highlighted, just hold down the right mouse button, then drag it over here just like you do with the left mouse button, and when you let go, you'll notice that you have the option to move here. So I'm just going to click Move Here. And you'll see when I first put that stuff over there, it gives the little recycle badge on the files that have not synchronized. But if I refresh that folder, they all turn into check marks, meaning that those files have synchronized. Now you'll also notice the Google Drive icon down in the bottom by your clock. If I right click on that, it'll show me that sync is complete. If you just moved a whole lot of photos and videos and things like that, it might take a little while for that stuff to synchronize. And it'll also let you know how much of the space you're using. But our Google Drives for K-12 accounts are unlimited storage now, so we can put as much data as we can. You would be somewhat restricted by the size of your C drive, which would be 128 gigs or something like that, of which you can use 60 or 70 gigs after all the software is on it. So a lot of storage to use on the laptop. If you keep stuff in this Google Drive folder, it will be backed up. Where items will not be backed up is this desktop folder here. So this desktop, if I create a folder here, if I go new folder and I call it, I don't know, stuff, and within there, if I've got other text documents and things like that, that's fine. You can work on items from your desktop. Sometimes it's really convenient to keep folders and files on your desktop for temporary storage, but they will not be backed up. Same goes for your My Documents file. So if you save something into the My Documents file, into that folder, that stuff won't be backed up. So just make a habit of always saving stuff into the Google Drive folder, no matter what the format, and it'll always be there. Another thing that's interesting about this is that you can do all the sharing settings that you can do through Google Drive. You can do it right here on your desktop now as well. So within that Google Drive folder, say I've got this Word document that I want to share with some certain people, or even a folder. You can make a new folder here. I can go ahead and make that, and if I right click on it and I go to the Google Drive menu, maybe it has to synchronize that first. I can just hit share, and this will bring up the sort of familiar interface that you might have if you're sharing anything else. If you've got a group inside of your Google account, you can add the group. So if you've got sort of a team thing, or you can also share it with an individual person. You just start typing their name in, you click it, and then you decide if that person can edit or view, just like you do with any Google document. Now, if it's like a Word document that you need to send to somebody, or say it's a PDF, it's a really large PDF, you can share this. If you go to advanced, you change this from private to public. You might say anyone with the link can access this. And you don't want anyone to be able to edit it, you just want them to be able to view it, so you hit OK. And then you take this link and you send somebody that link, and then they'll be able to download that very large PDF that you might not have been able to email to them. So that's how you do Google Drive on your laptop. Thanks for watching.